Continuing from this video, I just saw this video trying to make it public, and I thought, why not go back and look at a dance one more time to actually recollect what the song was and what the dance was. When I recorded this, I was just going spontaneous, just trying to say that, okay, Odi Vilayadu Papa was not a song that we actually learned from him, but the Varnam dance is what I remember. Today morning, I thought just have a look at it, and the one that I actually found was by this girl, and by this one was the first one, this video. There are other videos also of this Varnam because it's quite popular. She quite reminds me of my own childhood. Was slightly younger than this and this age, but her way of presentation, I was not even 50% good as she was, but there is a childish way that she's presenting it. It's beautiful, and that's exactly what the song is about, and I think this is the accurate one to see if you want to see what I'm going to explain here about this song. So you see, the core essence of the idea is in my head, right? Somehow I've listened to this song, some bhava they've taught me, and I was a child and I wasn't getting it fully. But I knew that something to do with me, yeah. But I actually listened back and it says Kumara Saw-me-yai vara cholladi. I have no memory of this word Kumara. I have said it as in then, right? At that particular point of time, I wasn't even called Kumari. At that age, I was called Vadivel. Everybody calls me Vadivel, Vadivel, Vadivel only. I was Vadivel only at that time. Jayanti and Vadivel. I was not Kumari at that point of time. So this replacement of Kumara with Indan couldn't have happened linguistically because of name reasons in my brain. The only possibility is that is the bhava that we were taught by the teacher. So probably, I'm just back guessing now, I have no idea, no evidence of this, but probably the teacher tried to say that the young person, right, the Virgo, the young person, Kumara is like the younger boy, Balan or Kumara, right? You are it, like, because we are all like 11-year-old or something, right? So he probably tried to ask us to put our hand in our heart and say. So probably in my memory it is registered as Yendan. I don't know if he sang it as Yendan or if the audio recording that we had had Yendan or not. I don't know, right? It's highly likely that I have false memory and the original script was only Kumara. Yeah, so I went in. Now that we have Google search and Wikipedia far away from 1984, yeah, so I looked at who wrote this song and I found out it is K.N. Dandaithapani Pillai. There's a Wikipedia page on him. So if you go to the Wikipedia page, I'd already seen the whole song and I had thought about a few more words which I thought I'm exaggerating extraordinarily. Couldn't be possible that the writer could have meant it if he's doing like a Tamil devotional song. There is no way he went that far because it's coming in a male voice also, right? For example, there is Bhumi Pugalum Sivakami, right? Because I'm in this Endan mode, suddenly it struck me that Sivakami is self-love. Shiva is a Jivan, the idea of Om Namah Shivaya is God is within you, kind of, right? Shiva is actually something to do with Jivan or your life or your soul. It's one of the meaning, don't take my word for it. But Siva Kami can be taken as self-love. Yeah, Kami is like self-obsession or self-love or something, self-love, right? It felt like that. Bhumi Pugalum Siva Kami. It's a very contradictory situation, right? How did this microcosm became macrocosm? Then you're going into a huge self-love situation. Like, it's not out of a choice to love yourself. It's like you're being given that gate. There is no denying it anymore. So this combination of Bhumi Pugalam Sivagami, that two words, right? Three words. Bhumi Pugalam Sivagami. That Sivagami, this is coming from macrocosm to microcosm, right? There's no way people in the world, people who are from entirely different cultures, entirely different backgrounds, very different strategies and goals and intentions, are doing something that has happened to a Kumarasamy, right? A younger person, right? A younger heart, and this whole universe is up there. So, Bhumi Pugalam Sivagami. And then Balan, Sivagami Balan. So, it's perfectly worded to sound like a Muruga song. Yeah. Shiva is out of the picture, but the goddess becomes Sivagami, right? So, it's a very cleverly worded, extremely beautifully done. Yeah. Obviously, because he is in Karaikal, in French India, you don't have to be doubting anymore if this person really meant that. And if you go further, if you think about Bernadette's story, and when I saw this, how in Valli Thirumanam the old man comes and then the elephant comes, I know that story, that straight story. But they are using it here like the Bernadette story, where the young one is looking at the old person and the old person is looking back at the young person. So the god is reversing. The old person is looking back at the young person who's praying or who's wishing as the god here, right? That's the Bernadette story. So I wanted to see this is a French story, right? So who is Bernard? And it's coming from a Norman brought the French from Bernard to England. So that's a connection there. Yeah. So there is this idea of a strong beer. I don't know why bear. Bear has so many meanings in the North America now. So I don't know if that is what is going on here. But then you can go all the way. If you look at who is the Saint Bernard, and it goes to the Knights Templar. Okay, we have gone too far into Christianity now. Time to go back from Da Vinci Code, Dan Brown world. Go back all the way. Go back and you can see the original dance. There is even more. So even in the Jati, to confirm, it says Tam Tariketa Tam. That's Sivakami. Because before that is Jai Kuta Kuta Nam Kuta Jai Kuta. That's going very safely. Yeah? And then this one, Sivakami, then they confirm it by saying Tam. Then the next one is Tamadam Seyyalagumo. This I've already thought about. I know in another place, Tamadam. Tamadam is making yourself as heart. Me as God. Like heart. Tamadam Seyyalagumo. Like why is there a delay? Layered meaning. And then this Mamadam. This Mamadam is the Yane, right? Mamadam is the macrocosm. There is Tamadam and Mamadam. This occurred to me only today when she was doing the elephant. So they are taking that story. Yeah, that story. I don't know if that storyline was supposed to mean this. I don't know. So there's an old man. So there's two men, and this is a very AI technology, right? The old man's sperm or something. That is the elephant. It's a very troublesome sociological story. Extremely troublesome sociological story. Taking it to the divinity explanation of macrocosm and microcosm, people misunderstand this to be this leads to that. No, this doesn't lead to that. It is the taking a very difficult scenario, because that is the sociologically accepted one, to give it to you in a very layered way, the divine concept. Yeah, extraordinarily brilliantly done. Of course, from where would it come? From Palani Andavar Dandai the Pani Pillai only it will come. Yeah. So So Palani, as you know, is your God concept, right? So this whole song is coming from that context. It's a more beautiful song than I even thought a few days ago when I recorded it. And now I'm at the right age to actually figure out what is happening here. The sociological problems, I don't think you can skip that for people who are choosing that way. But the spiritual possibility is always there. Yeah, it's not connected, it's not related. Keep them separate. Yeah. And then they actually are so bothered by this video. They've cut it when she says no to the old man. Yeah, and then they do the next 5 minutes in a separate video. Very authentic. This video is very authentic. You have to say no if you want to say no. Say your no when you want to say your no. And the divine side, yeah, I think the mile actually could be this whole idea of macrocosm, the macrocosm blooming for the microcosm. Yeah, and this will he come back, will he come back is a problem, sociological problem that existed always. But they've used that as a Varanam song, and then it's saying that you do come back in time. In time, you come back and you see yourself clearly. That is Saw-me-yai. Karekal, French, Sacred Heart. It's questionable whether this went from there or that came from here or what was the exchange, but there is consistency. Yeah. So bilingualism is how I began that videos. It's pretty intriguing how our own brain takes us through all these things, like Vivek and Dhanush. Where is this memory coming from? I don't know. But it's beautiful. Even though I had a very disturbing mind yesterday night, and the disturbance is authentic. Anger and no should be very authentic. You have to say no for things in your mind very clearly. Unless you get angry, you won't say no. You have to say no when you mean no. So that you live freely. You love yourself and don't let yourself be belittled by others. Yeah, so the self-love is very important. So anger is okay as long as you can handle it. So you can love yourself to see the universe better, to be free. Yeah.
सखिए कुमार